Hello friends and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Apple MacBook Air. It's the latest on the Apple line of laptops and it's really the top of the line. It's really a beauty laptop. It's also amazing how Apple could integrate all this technology in one small package. And I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons from a general point of view without going through the detailed specs of each product. Well, first of all, the first thing you can notice is how thin this thing is. You can see it's really like a little thicker than a piece of paper, and you put it to the side, it gets just a little bit thicker here at the end, but it's really nothing. And I'm going to show it to you also the back. The back maintains that same thickness, which is practically negligible. And this is the other side. Now it has its iconic Apple logo that illuminates, and on the bottom, you know, it's all the same material with some very nice. It's a very nice touch to have this pads here, rubber pads, so the laptop really fits comfortably on a table. Also, if you compare it with a iPhone, this is an iPhone 4S. It's really thinner than the iPhone. So let's just put it side by side so you can check it out. This is the iPhone and this is the MacBook Air. So you can see it's almost the same. Maybe at the end or at the back of the laptop is the same, or maybe a tiny little bit thicker, but I'll say it's practically the same, okay? And of course, if you put it here at the beginning or at the front of the laptop, the MacBook Air is much thinner, okay? So imagine that, a laptop that is thinner than the iPhone. So that being said, let's talk about some pros and cons. I'm gonna do it from a very critical engineering point of view. I'm not gonna go through the detailed specs of this laptop. You can find that in the Apple website, but I'm just gonna go through some pros and cons. First, the pros, well, they are really obvious. Is the most, if I would say, is the best looking laptop in the market, period. There is nothing that comes close to this simplistic and at the same time elegant, compact and light design. It's the best looking laptop in the market. That being said, I have to say it's one of its biggest strengths. Now it has several weaknesses. First of all, its price. You can find this for about $1,000 or more. Normally goes for anything from $1,000 to $14,000, and that's because in order to keep this laptop size and weight, Apple is really using the top of the line hardware components in here, including solid state hard drive. And that's basically, for those of you that don't know what a solid state hard drive is, it's basically like a huge memory stick that is working as a hard drive. So there are no moving parts, and that has several good things and a couple of bad things. Good things is that no matter if you move your laptop, there are no moving parts, so it's much stable and less prone to errors or scratching the disk, since there is no really digital disk in it. There is only like it's like a big memory stick, okay? Second thing is that it's faster. The solid state drives are normally faster, but also the bad thing is that they are like 3 or 10 times more expensive than a normal hard drive, okay? And that's why the price is so high on this laptop. That's one of the reasons. Another thing, and this is in the negative side, is that solid state hard drives, as you could imagine, cost again much more than a regular hard drive, and they are much less. They have much less space than a regular hard drive. So, for example, this one has only 128 gigs of hard drive. And to be honest with you, if you are like me, I use my laptop for everything. I use it for like videos. If you use it for videos at all, you download movies. If you download or you play with Photoshop, or you edit videos and high definition videos at all, 130 gigs is really nothing. You will run out of that in less than an hour, to be honest with you. So this laptop, for the hardcore engineer, it's not really ideal. And That's starting with the hard drive. It's too small. The hard drive is too small, and having to carry an external hard drive is really a pain, and I don't recommend to do that. But that being said, it's so light and small that it could be the perfect second laptop for those of you that had money to spend. Also, I have to say, it's a beauty just to hold it. Okay, it's, you can tell this is like an innovation. It's like ahead of its time. It's really the king of microchips and microscopic parts. In addition to that, let's continue reviewing it. Let's just go ahead and open it. You see, you open it and the screen is really like so small. You see, it's like so thin. It's amazing. But let's review something else. I want to review the keyboard here. And the keyboard is a very nice keyboard. Okay, it's an island style keyboard, and now almost all the laptops are like that. It also, what I have to say is that it self-illuminates, so that's pretty good and expected in this price range. This has a very large mouse pad or touchpad. It's multi-gestures. Again, this is expected now in every laptop. But there is a big flaw on this laptop that seems to be the new trend on most laptops nowadays, and that's the exclusion of several very important and for me indispensable keys on the keyboard, which by the way doesn't make sense because there is plenty of space in this laptop, even if it's so compact, to add these keywords. And those are the page up, page down, home and insert keys. This laptop doesn't have them. As you can see it doesn't have it. It has only the arrows. So if you want to do or replicate those commands, you're going to have a combination, a combination of keys, and that's really a pain in the rear end, to be honest with you. No matter how good the laptop is, for me that's a showstopper, simply because I use a lot of word processing, a lot of Excel. I also navigate the web a lot, and for me those keys, I end up using those keys all the time, even though the keypad of the MacBook Air is pretty good and great, and also allows me to scroll down and up with gestures. Still, I'm used to using the keyboard, and not having 4 keys, it really how can I say, makes me feel that I'm paying a premium price, but I'm not getting everything I want and everything I need. I suspect this trend may end soon, because I have noticed that laptops now, the new generation laptops, not the Apple laptops, but the PC laptops, are starting to incorporate those keys again. I guess it's not only me that is complaining about that. Now, another thing, so just for that keyboard issue, if those keys are important for you, I could really strongly suggest you to get another laptop. But if you don't care so much about those keys, that's fine. Then this would be the beauty, the crown jewel of the laptops. And again, if you don't care about hard drive space, if you're a person that just uses your laptop for browsing, you see an occasional movie, that will be okay. Another big important factor is the battery. As all the other Apple products like the iPhone, you notice that there is no removable battery. The battery is incorporated in the laptop. It's kind of necessary to keep like the aesthetics, I guess, and to keep this product so compact and so solid. It feels very solid to the hand, I have to say, even though it's light. But that being said, for those of you that travel a lot and need your laptop to last during, like, for example, US to Asia trip, then you're gonna be disappointed with this design. Not being able to swap the battery is a big thing for those of you that are hardcore travelers. Again, if you don't use your laptop so much for traveling, although this will be the perfect companion for traveling if we exclude that battery issue because of the lightweight and the small size, but the battery, it could be an issue for you. Okay, that being said, I think overall it's a great laptop. Again, I think still, for me, for an engineer point of view, it would not be my first choice for my, if I have only one laptop now, for a second laptop it will be totally my choice, my first choice. But that only if I have a more powerful one that I will use every day. Probably I will use this one as a spare to bring to school, or to bring to the to work, to bring to places where I don't need to depend on the hard drive and other little things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoy it, please let me know, and I may make a part 2. And thank you for watching.